Hello again and welcome to another video. This one, well, there's going to be a little story with this one. I'm going to try to, if possible, include stories about what you're about to see and so on and so forth with each video from now on. If there is such a story, other than I just bought it on eBay or something like this. What you have here is an AT&T QC Terminal. You really can't see that here. I'll lower that down. But AT&T QC Terminal. This is a terminal that was sold by AT&T to be used with Partner and Divinity phone systems. You would log in using a terminal and make changes to settings and so on and so forth. It's pretty much is just a standard RS-232 terminal, and but it is a plasma terminal. I believe it's plasma. Could be electroluminescent, not 100% sure. There isn't a whole lot of information out there on these. What the story about this one is, it came out of a storage unit that I was at with a friend, and it was in a room where someone had just kind of lost the plot, and it went nuts and started breaking stuff, and this was one of the many things that was in there that got damaged. And I knew what it was when I saw it, and being a vintage computer collector, I like early plasma and EL displays, and thought this would be cool. It's always cool to have an RS-232 terminal when you work with vintage computers, because there's a lot of the really old ones, that's what they need. But here's why it is a cautionary tale. You can't just take something you've gotten and seen that it's been in a bad situation and just plug it in. And this is why. This machine inside is a mess. I'll just tilt it up there. There's going to be a little glare on some of the components, but what we have here is, wires. These go right to the AC line. Just laying around. Nothing's labeled. There's a board in here. This looks like it's what originally held these together in here. This is the power supply. This was just laying in there. And if I had just plugged this in, fireworks would have happened. And probably bad things would have happened, and it would have gotten destroyed. So that's why you just can't plug things in and hope for the best. So one of my first things to do, and I'm going to try to find some information, because I can ohm things out and look at things, but this is a mess. I don't know what plugs in where. I'll start looking at things, maybe hopefully get a better idea, because I don't know what's been done in here. But try to get it sorted out. There looks to be a transformer here, probably AC in one side, something out the other to drive the display, because the display has its own power supply. It's an inverter board. Here's the driver chips. Interestingly, they do look to be AT&T. That I can't get it to lock down. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. A little hard to see, but yeah, they're AT&T chips. But yeah, you have AC going right into it, so you do have its own power supply. So this is what's coming back up from the other side, probably from a transformer. So I'm going to start ohming things out, and hopefully can get a better idea of what's going on. Once I do get it working, if I get it working, I'm going to have to reassemble it. There's nothing. There's no screws in this thing whatsoever. Everything's just kind of thrown in there. I figured this is the transformer. Again, I'll ohm things out, but this is the transformer that goes in there, and then I got to figure out how to mount this board somewhere in here. It looks like there were some standoffs at one time. I don't know. But this is going to be the next project. And I figure it's going to be a worthy project. The keyboard here, it's just a standard keyboard. There are some special characters and keys, but standard and relatively good feeling. So I could see using it with something like a, I don't know, PDP-11, or hey, it's AT&T. Might hook it up to my 3B2 just for some fun, some good old Unix fun on a vintage terminal, and see what about it. All right.